Hi, my name is Gayatri and I will be your trainer for this session.
Hi, and welcome to a quick introduction to Docker. This is lesson 3, and we are going to see Docker and Apache together. If you haven't seen the previous lessons, I will link them in the description box below. So let's get started. All right, so let's open our terminal. Remember, if you're on a Mac, then it's the terminal software that you will be using. And if you're on Windows, you will be using the command prompt or PowerShell. Okay, execute the command docker run httpd. What this is going to do is it's going to create an Apache container. Okay, so you're not going to get the prompt back. It's going to seem like your terminal is stuck, and that is because the web server process is a daemon process, which means that you won't get your prompt back. Remember, we saw something very similar in our previous session when we created an Nginx web server container. Alright, so what we're going to do is, just like in the previous session, we are going to open another window. So another PowerShell command prompt or terminal window, and we're going to execute the command docker ps. So docker ps lists the running containers in the Docker daemon. And we'll see that, yes, we do have an Apache web server container running, and everything looks good so far. Alright, so now we want to browse this container. So to be able to browse this container, what we need to do is we need to map a port on our host machine to the port 80 inside the container. Okay, so right now this container doesn't have any port mapping, so we cannot use this. So let's come back to our first terminal, press Ctrl C and exit the container. And we are going to execute a command docker run -P and httpd. Alright, now what's going to happen is we're going to come to our second terminal and execute the command docker ps once again, and we're going to see that we do have an Apache web server container running, but this time under the ports column we'll see that a random port on the host machine is mapped to port 80 inside the container. So now if I want to browse this Apache web server, all I have to do is on my web browser, I will browse localhost random port, and I'll get the default Apache page. Excellent. So it looks good. Now let's come back to our second terminal and let's enter our Apache container and make a change to the default Apache page. We're just going to change it with our own content. So we enter the container by executing the command docker exec -ti and the container ID space bash. So we are going to enter the container in the bash prompt, and the container ID you will get when you execute the docker ps command under the container ID column. Looks good? So once you are in the container, execute the command cd/user/local/apache2/htdocs. So that is the document root of the Apache web server. And inside this folder, what we are going to do is we are going to overwrite the contents of the index.html page. So we are going to change the content with a very simple string, just hello world, no HTML, nothing fancy, just hello world. Okay, so good. And we're going to exit our container and come back to our prompt, and we're going to browse localhost random port for our new container. If you have a doubt, you can always execute docker ps and see the list of running containers. Alright, so now when I browse localhost random port, I see the hello world output, which is the new string that I overwrote in the index.html. Okay, so let's come back to our first terminal, press Ctrl C and execute the command docker run -D -P httpd. Now you'll see that you are getting your command prompt back. So if you remember from the Nginx session, -D is basically running the same thing but in the detached state, or running the process in the background. That's why you're getting your command prompt back. So everything is exactly the same. There's no difference. Only thing is that this time it's running in the background. We execute docker ps and we find that our Apache container is running, and we see that a random port has been assigned for us on the host machine. Let's enter the container once again. So for that, we're going to execute the command docker exec -ti, the container ID, and bash. Alright, and let's go to the document root, which is cd/user local Apache 2 htdocs, and we're going to change the default Apache page, and this time we're going to overwrite contents with the string another container. Let's browse that. Localhost random port. The port need not be the same. This is a random port, so it need not be the same for you. Alright, and I get the default Apache page. So all looks good. Let's come back to our first terminal and remove the container. So we do a docker rm -f and give the container ID to remove the container. Thank you very much for your time, and see you in the next session. Bye-bye. If you want to learn more about Docker or any other platform or software, you can always visit our website shri.cc, where we have different lessons for different platforms and software. So the duration for these lessons are different depending on the level of depth that you want. So if you just want to get an idea of the course, we have such sessions for you. If you want to go deeper, you know the basics, you just want to go deeper into it, we have such sessions for you too. So feel free to contact us via our website, which is www.shree.cc, sree.cc. So thank you very much for your time. Hope this quick video gives you an idea or helps you get started or keeps you curious enough to watch the other episodes. See you soon. Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share this video with your friends. And also click that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified every time we release a new lesson.